Final Fantasy XVI is the most divisive game in the franchise since, well, Final Fantasy XV, but that's neither here nor there. From the moment we learned this game would not be turn-based, but yet real-time action like Devil May Cry, fans have been pulling up pitchforks and burning crosses over the fact that it's not a real Final Fantasy game. And they got ever louder with more gameplay and details that came out. So now here we are less than a month after release, and I can definitively say, yes, this is a Final Fantasy game. I mean, look at the title. Besides that though, this game does have all the fixings of a Final Fantasy game, and I will go over what makes it so. Spoilers ahead, by the way. Final Fantasy XVI stars Clive, an adolescent, then adult, then more adult man who is bound on a revenge quest to avenge his brother Joshua, who was failed by the Chrism Efreet on one fateful night during Joshua's christening to become one with the Phoenix, one of the many icons in this world. See, the kingdoms in this world all share a powerful icon, a mascot-like monster that usually denotes the power of the kingdom. In this game, Clive must face these icons outward and inward to get to the bottom of the mystery of who slew Joshua. But we're not here for the story details, are we? No. We're here to discuss what makes this a Final Fantasy game, and let's go through the checklist here. Swords? Check. Magic? Check. Some form of party system? Check. Side quests? Check. Killing gods? Check. Final Fantasy has always played with this combat formula over the years, and it's only gotten faster and faster to the point now where there is no slowdown during battles. So why, I ask you, makes this any less a Final Fantasy game than, let's say, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles: The Crystal Bearers on the Wii? Huh? Nobody ever complained about that game. Nobody bought it either, but that's not the point. Final Fantasy has been steadily evolving its combat, and to be honest, every new Final Fantasy game that drops, people say it isn't a real Final Fantasy game. So the controversy about this one in particular actually makes it legit as a Final Fantasy game. Now, I will be honest, what this game won't do is beat those DMC clone allegations. It's very clear what has inspired it, and is not ashamed. Hell, one of the DMC producers called this game his magnum opus, so you know what type of time they own. See, Clive here is a fusion of all the DMC characters in one. I mean, he has a Stinger, Snatch, Judgment Cut, a four-legged beast that he can command and do combos with. Hell, even a move from the GOAT himself, El Dante, El Exterminador de Demonios. The combat didn't leave me wanting much. It satisfied me in a lot of ways with the way you can mix and match iconic abilities and change your playstyle at the press of a button. Even with the powers of Bahamut, which I thought initially to be weak, after some tweaking with the abilities and being more patient, I was able to see the value of the icon and utilize its power during boss fights and hunt quests. Speaking of which, people seem to act like outside of the main story there's nothing to do besides hunts. The side quests in this game may be fetch quests or go here and kill that, but the narrative and emotional depth of them rival the main story at times. There's actually functions granted to you by some of the quests, like getting a chocobo mount, extra item storage, and some of the best equipment in the game. Hell, you can't even get the ultimate weapon without completing a sideline story. Honestly though, I can't spend the entire review praising this game. There was one glaring flaw that bothered me from the moment I pushed my left stick forward, and it's Clive's goddamn walking speed. Fucking Christ on a cracker, man. You out here for blood, for revenge, and you can't do better than this fucking Maul Karen speed walk? Let me calm down. I mean, there is a sprint, but it's only usable in the open fields. And even then, they copied the sprint from DMC 4, so you have to walk 15 fucking steps before he even takes off. And then, once you unlock the chocobo mount, you won't even be on foot anymore. With how many side quests require you to run around the hideaway, it's a travesty you can't sprint in these town-like areas. After getting halfway through the game, I said fuck it, and I skipped all the side quests because I just couldn't take it anymore. Too many quests, not enough speed. If they ever patch it, I'll make sure to touch on them in New Game Plus, which I would like to point out is a major fucking plus because for some reason, games in this generation like to put out New Game Plus 5 to 7 months later once I stop giving a fuck about the game. So shout out to Final Fantasy 16 for doing something Tales of games have been doing since 2003. Overall, Final Fantasy 16 is a great game with a story that gorilla grips you from start to finish, a combat system that is familiar yet different and has a lot of room to play with. I really couldn't ask for more from this game, so I really do suggest you go out, buy it, play it for yourself, and see what you think. If you like my thoughts on this matter, please drop a like, subscribe, and yeah, wait for more content. I mean, this is just the beginning. Thank you for watching. Peace.